Should you follow and do something new that it is not in the market? Should you copy someone else? Like, how do you generate an idea?
These are two things. First, in an ideal world, you could take experience that you already have and you would make people that it's already making money, make them a little bit more money. Contrary to what most people do, that it start trying to please everyone, and this everyone, it's probably people that it's broke and they are looking for a low ticket solution. They will achieve less success with your software because they are still not making money. You will have less success cases. Ideally, you would take experience in a niche that you already have and you would try to help people that it's already making money in that niche make a little bit more money.
Hi, Neil.
Hi, John.
It is great to have you in this podcast. Can you tell a little bit more? Can you introduce yourself to the world so people know who you are and what you do?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for having me. First of all, I run a consultation business. I have an accelerator program for B2B SaaS startups to help them hit 50, 100K MRR. It's basically what I'm doing right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great. And this is how we met actually, because
Yeah.
we are building right now a SaaS product. So I just want to connect with you because I saw your content. I joined your school community, and it was really interesting. So this is what I want to understand, because as we jump into the call and we discussed more, I understood that you basically have a lot of knowledge for marketing. Basically, marketing is what you do. So I want to deconstruct what it takes, like what are the steps to actually make a SaaS successful based on your experience, like marketing wise, because of course we all know that the product is king, like the product needs to be good, but apart from that, like there are a lot of, like there is a graveyard of like of good products that are not advertising properly.
Yeah, that's sad because I'm tired to see a lot of founders that are really good in the technical side, in the development side, but that basically on one side they are afraid of promoting their product and they have no experience promoting their product. So what ends up happening is that we see a lot of SaaS that have founding, that have really good marketing, have marketing teams, people that has been more time in the game, and because their message is more clear and more persuasive, they'll scale much faster without having that good of a product. So in answering your question, for me, in instead of trying to validate your idea or the way people should go about validating their idea, it's validating what's the persuasive message that attracts your ideal customer, the customer that actually has the budget for buying your solution. And again I found founders that has been 6 months in development without taking this, without testing this message, and they know it's wrong. People that will be listening to this has been said a lot of times, that the first thing is to validate your idea by taking this message to the wall. And still it's tough, it's emotional, really tough, it's really tough emotionally to do it. And despite hearing that advice, it's really difficult to make this step. And I think that's one of the main reasons why people struggle at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah. I completely understand what you're saying, but I just want to add something, because like this is something that I have noticed. Like, yes, there are a lot of good products that they're not being advertised properly. I'm sure of it. But to be honest with you, when I explore new products that are not very known, the reality is that most of them are bad, are not great as products. And what it ends up happening when you advertise, you validate the product, you see, like, because when you bring traffic into a product, you understand like what are the problems of the product, like you cannot shy away from them, so you solve them and you end up with a much better product when you have people actually using them, when you have a funnel that actually get traction, get people to actually use the product. So for product, like, if even if you are like product oriented and you want to have like an amazing product, like having traffic, it's going to improve the product basically, because it's going to show you what the product actually needs and not what it is in your mind.
Yeah, that's actually a great point, and that's it's impossible to make a great product without having users using it, because you lack information basically on what you're missing. And it's like a lot of the times we try to make decisions and we think a lot about these decisions, but we are lacking data, and the only way to get this data is to testing it before, and that's a really great point.
Yeah, and another thing is also I have seen many SaaS products that are so like they have so many features, and like for example, I was in a call actually today with someone that they wanted help, and they had a product. I'm not going to mention the name, but they had a product with so like it was like an AI product, like it was connected with like Google Banana and all the other like it helped you actually like aggregator of all the other AI tools, LLMs that they use, but they have like so many features, and I was like, okay, like you have spent so much money and time developing that, and right now I don't know how to advertise it because it has so many features. Like which feature we're going to start? It's like because I'm in the e-commerce space. I know that for a fact, like if you have like if you go into a route where you actually add many products into the store, it's like you are not going to scale. This is not how you scale an e-commerce business. You have to find a winning product. So you have to test a product and you have to actually advertise it. But if you add it in the website and you don't push it, you don't advertise it, it's not helping at all. So this is my realization. So what do you think about adding many features? Because we talked about horizontal and vertical SaaS. So I want to jump into that so we can later back like start talking about the strategies that you need to implement.
Yeah, so it's funny because SaaS the SaaS that have the most features, it used to be the ones that are low ticket. It used to be the ones that are the cheapest. And not only that, but most beginners try to start with a low ticket SaaS. There is the topic of micro SaaS, that it's another topic, but most beginners from the outside, low ticket SaaS. Low ticket SaaS are the ones that are most common, and people try to get these ideas of what's the next low ticket SaaS that they can build. Therefore, they try to build, as you say, a lot of features. Their strategy is basically building more features than the rest to please everyone at the lowest price, and that's basically impossible, and that's a mess, to validate the message. That's a mess to develop the product, because um, you have hugely limited resources. Like, our resources are extremely limited. You are probably a beginner, and you're trying to do the most craziest thing that you can do. You are trying to play a game that it's really hard in extreme mode. And therefore, when you try to build a SaaS like this that has a lot of features, then funding and speed becomes really important. And you're getting into a game that it's really tough, that you need experience, and that it's not meant for beginners. And the risk of actually succeeding, it's really tough.
Yeah, yeah. Like they build businesses like it's a developer like illusion. Like yeah, I can build
Yeah,
that.
you start without a clear user in mind. And a lot of developers tell me, no, my SaaS works for everyone. But when you start actually having people using it, you will start different type of industries asking for different type of integrations, different type of industries giving more importance to a specific type of use case. You will be trying to develop everything. You will need more volume to test if actually something is worth it. And it's basically like Amazon. They started with books and they expanded into everything, and now they do everything. So your resource limited, so you want to start with one thing, one problem, one niche, and one solution. And therefore, when that makes sense, and when you succeed doing this thing, then you are able to expand into either more features, either more niches, or doing more of the same. That it's what actually makes more sense.
I totally agree. And I just, because let's say someone hearing this, and me included as well, like I want to build a SaaS. So as you started, like I have an idea or I need to generate an idea. When I have an idea, I have to focus on one thing based on what you said, like one feature, and focus on one feature and one ideal customer avatar. Like what other things would you advise someone that they want to start um, a SaaS business? Like first of all, in the idea section, that we didn't cover, like in the beginning, like how do you generate new ideas? Like should you follow and do something new that it is not in the market? Should you copy someone else? Like how do you generate an idea? And after that, let's go to marketing after that.
First of all, I want to say your idea is perfect without saying I won't explain as much about your idea, but your idea is perfect because the SaaS I like to scale the most and the SaaS that I think that have the highest success rate are the ones that come with founders that have a specific knowledge in that space. You have already specific knowledge in that industry, and you have seen people with money having a problem in that industry. And yours it's it's 2 times better because you can use it yourself and then you can use it for others. That it's kind of the same that my strategy that I want to use in my accelerator. Um, so I met also with other founders that have a lot of experience in cybersecurity, and therefore they build a SaaS around that because they have seen businesses with money that are struggling with that thing. So these are two things. First, like in an ideal world, you could take experience that you already have and you would make people that it's already making money, make them a little bit more money. Contrary to what most people do, that it's start trying to please everyone, and this everyone, it's probably people that it's broke and they are looking for a low ticket solution. They will achieve less success with your software because they are still not making money. You will have less success cases. Success cases will be less relevant for your new traffic and so on and so forth. So ideally, you would take experience in a niche that you already have, and you would try to help people that it's already making money in that niche make a little bit more money, because these people it's already investing money on software. So if my most successful client it's sells to bank entities, like they are already spending thousands in software, so spending another thousand, it's nothing for them.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. Like this is very very important. Like I know the value of specific knowledge is super useful because I had a discussion like long before I want to build the SaaS that I talk about. Um, Basically, we had a discussion with like the friend, like a friend of mine that he's a developer, and because he's a developer, he want to build a SaaS product, and he was like, okay, what do I build? And the main thing that came to his mind was like something about coding because this is what he knew. And coding, it's something, okay, I'm already a coder, I know how to code things, so let me build something that's going to be around coding. But this specific knowledge is super hard to actually build anything because everybody that can build a SaaS, they already have this exact specific knowledge. And if you are not genius, if you are not like a top tier like developer, you cannot compete with these guys. So I told him like, copy my specific knowledge, like your specific knowledge sucks. So I know meta ads, build something around meta ads. So it was like that, like the discussion. But your advice is super useful for someone that he's not a coder. But for people that they are already coders, they cannot work with their specific knowledge unless they have already worked somewhere else, or like they have found out like a market that they need a niche. So they need to do research. So they need to do something. So what would you advise like to those people?
Yeah, if you don't have a specific knowledge in that industry, I would say that you go yeah actually going you have found an incredible good partnership, but for this type of people I would definitely try to copy someone else's idea, because if you have never built a SaaS before, when you copy someone else's idea, either you take one idea that is working in one niche and you move the same idea to another niche. That's a really good way of doing it, or just copying the same SaaS, because you have already when you do that, you have already validated the product. Like when you try to validate an idea, it's you can spend a lot of money, you can spend a lot of time, and then you have to start all over again. So I like to do something that it's already validated for someone else and just change the message and change the marketing around that, and find a unique new positioning basically.
Yeah. Like, and also copying, like, this is what I do recommend to everybody. Like, this is like my feeling, of course. Like, I'm not an expert in SaaS, but like, my feeling is just copy based on like business principles, because you don't need like this specific knowledge, you don't need anything around that. And also, like, when you copy, there are so many SaaS tools that they overcharge, or they are very simple and yet they charge a lot. So basically, if you add like another feature that they want, if you have a specific knowledge, or if you actually like price it a little bit differently so it's more fair, you can definitely make it work. And there are so many SaaS tools that, like, first, they are not great products, not many of them, but like, I see so many bad products in the SaaS industry. But the biggest thing that I see is like bad marketing. Like e-commerce is on another level compared to SaaS. Like, the e-commerce owners, they know how to market generally. Like, SaaS businesses, they don't know how to market. I can tell you, right, like, from my top of mind, like, I can tell you like three SaaS companies that they nail the marketing. One of them is WeTrack, for example. But for e-commerce businesses, I can tell you like 30 different brands. There are so many of them that they know how to market. So if you just copy, you don't change the price. You don't change anything. Just do better marketing. Like, you have an amazing product, and you can definitely do better marketing. So this is another thing that I want to talk. And with that, let's jump into like what it takes in terms of marketing to scale a business. And of course, what do you think about what I said?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. There is a ton of space to improve the marketing, and also like you can sometimes it's not that the marketing is better or it's worse. If there is a SaaS that is already doing very good marketing, he is doing very good marketing for a specific type of people. But you can sell with two different messages that are saying the opposite, and you can sell with both, and the solution could be even the same. But yeah, sometimes some people will resonate with that one message, and some people will resonate with another message. So for me, the first step is to build your narrative. I put you this example on for you to another call that we have. Um, One narrative that I really like, it's you start with the symptom that they are feeling, the pain that they are feeling. Then you state what's the problem that they think it's causing this pain, and you tell them that's their assumption. They are assuming that's the real problem, but you actually tell them what's the real problem. And because you have a better understanding than them at what's the real problem, then they will trust you in the solution. So, okay, I didn't know that was my real problem, and that's why you should care about our SaaS. So, symptom, assumption, problem, and solution. It's one of the narratives that I use the most in my accelerator in order to have a clear message to persuade people. That would be the first that I would build with a SaaS.
And what channels do you think that someone should focus on when they try to advertise a SaaS? Like, what do you think about that?
What?
channels? Like
What channels?
how
Okay.
how do they advertise?
Yeah, so it's really common uh, to think about, okay, where is your ideal client? Let's use that channel. I see that as not good advice for most SaaS. There will be some cases where your ideal client is only on LinkedIn, or your ideal client is not on, it's only on Meta ads, or it's not on cold email. But for most SaaS, the channel doesn't really matter because your audience is everywhere. Your audience is on LinkedIn, it's on cold email, and it's on Meta. That these are the three channels that I use the most. Therefore, what you actually want to think about is what's your resources in terms of money and time, and how far are you from message market fit. If you have a lot of research and a lot of experience in that space, and you are really close to message market fit, that persuasive message that will convert people, then you can go to something a little bit more uh, budget demanding, like meta ads. Like it will take more budget to start scaling with that. But if you have still no knowledge in that space, you don't know what's the message that it's going to work, and you don't have that much budget, then you want to go either with LinkedIn or with cold email. So that's kind of my approach in order to choose a channel.
Basically, how it works is, let's say we have a tool. Like if you don't know how to advertise on Meta and you don't have budget, you go into LinkedIn outreach and cold outreach with email, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So those two, because those two are very broad, and I've never tried LinkedIn outreach. I've tried cold emails as like a separate thing. Maybe it is going to work. I have never closed a client through cold emails.
Yeah, it's a long topic, cold email as well.
Yeah, it sounds easy. Like okay, I'm going to send some emails. I'm going to set up instantly and send emails. But what are the key things that someone needs to actually make right that people do wrong? Maybe I did it wrong also. But what do you think that are the main things that someone that wants to start cold outreach needs to actually keep in mind and make right?
Cold email has got really, really hard. It's really, really hard nowadays to do cold email. I would say it's impossible to scale with cold email, but you do can get to 10K MRR with cold email. But beyond that, you cannot scale because building lists of leads after you have done a ton of cold email, it's going to be impossible. Okay, so cold email, it's a game of numbers and personalization. So the first key for cold email is building the list. I can build a list of restaurants. I had a sales call with a guy that has a SaaS for reservations for restaurants, for automating restaurant reservation, taking money in advance, and so on and so forth. Okay, he can do a cold email uh, in Spain targeting restaurants, or he can do cold email for a specific city in Spain for restaurants. Therefore, the copy, if you do a specific city, will and the subject line will convert way, way, way more because they have never get an email saying their city, for example, saying something that specific for them. Uh, so it's finding, depending on your niche, it's finding you need to send during the first month, you need to get to 10,000 emails per month, and during the second month, you need to get to 20,000 emails per month. It has got really hard setting up the infrastructure. You now need more email accounts, you need more domains. It has get more expensive. And that's why cold email doesn't work with low ticket SaaS. It can work at the beginning to test your idea, but if you have a low ticket SaaS, medium term, cold email, it's not viable at all. So building a specific list of leads and then getting to this number by different campaigns with different list buildings, it's key in cold email, cold outreach in general.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Do you really think like LinkedIn cold outreach can work better than let's say cold email like with email list instead of
Yeah,
LinkedIn?
the thing, so in conversions, yes. In conversions, yes. I had one client, we sent 100 messages on LinkedIn. We made 11K from that, from 100 messages on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn has higher conversions than cold email, but the thing is that cold email it's easier to increase the volume than LinkedIn. LinkedIn is even harder to increase the volume.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I've never tried it, so I don't know. Another channel that actually like um I want your thoughts around it is SEO. I see it a lot of SaaS businesses they focus on SEO and they do it really really well with comparison charts with like backlinks from like very notable websites. And another one is building like organic social. So basically Instagram posting, like building publicly. They do like videos. I've seen a lot of them, like a lot of different SaaS tools. For example, WeTrack, they also do a really good job with organic growth as well, with organic social. And they also do, like I have seen other apps that they focus on, like the founders they're building like live, so they do the videos themselves. So what do you think about those channels?
So I haven't checked the organic content from WeTrack.io, but about inbound lead generation, the thing is that inbound lead generation, it's not it's not the way you want to start with, in my opinion. You are going to have a harder time to to validate your message and a harder time to then find a predictable source of clients because content it's unpredictable by itself. CEO was king in the early days of SaaS, yeah, not so long ago, but to start seeing results with content and SEO, you actually need to be really, really good creating content. Maybe it's your expertise, maybe it's the space you have experience in, then yes, go with content. But it's a long-term game. So when I work with someone inside my accelerator, what I do is we build um, an outbound system, either with paid or with outreach, and then they work with the content on the site. But the content we do it more for increasing the conversions of the people we are attracting through paid than generating new leads for itself. Because I see generating new leads from organic content, it's a long game, and I don't like to wait 2 years until I hit 10k MRR. The other thing I wanted to say is that user-generated content, and depending on your software influencers, it does work really, really well. And we see the success case, for example, of ManyChat. ManyChat hasn't really done really good ads, but it has spread super fast because everyone in Instagram is doing it, and the ones that are using it are really good creating content. So ManyChat has got all their or the clients basically for organic content, and now they are starting to use user generated content inside their ads. What it's getting really really good with ads for software, it's user generated content.
Yeah, I totally agree. I see many. I don't see ads like in my feed. I don't see e-commerce ads, but I do see a lot of SaaS ads because I buy SaaS a lot. Like I use them. Like I start free trials and I forget to actually cancel. So I'm a good target audience for Meta. So they keep showing me like SaaS ads. Anyway, like there are so many ways to actually scale a business, and SaaS is just a business. Like you can do everything. Like for example, another like I have two other channels that I want your thoughts on, which is Google Ads. It's the first one, and affiliate marketing the second. Basically partnerships. For example, you already know like from the YouTubers that you watch. Like for example, NordVPN they scaled a lot through and story blogs. They scale a lot through YouTubers that they were basically getting commission from. So you can do that. Actually, a friend of mine, like this is not a SaaS, but it is a SaaS-like product because it's a digital product. Like a friend of mine like has this shrine theme, like it's an e-commerce theme. It's the most popular theme for job shipping by far. Like Mark Gadzi has like advertised it. Like so many people have advertised it. Like a lot of people are using that, and they have like he made like around $10 million just from one Shopify store theme. So YouTube partnerships like with big names actually like work. They work really really well, and also Google Ads they seem to work. So what are your thoughts about those channels?
I have to say I don't have experience with affiliate marketing. I do see working it for others, but I haven't never done it myself. And Google Ads, yes. The thing with Google Ads is that in theory, well, there are search engine marketing, SEM, that it's one thing, and then Google Ads that it's like YouTube ads and everything. It's quite different one thing from the other. But uh, the thing is that you depend a lot on searches because when you target your audience, you need people to be searching for keywords in order to decide who the ad is going to be shown to. And therefore, this makes cost per impression much more unpredictable. In theory, the Google Ads would have to give you a more qualified audience than Meta Ads, but I found that just not true. If you actually know how to do Meta Ads, you are going to have it's going to be way easier once you have a winning Meta Ads ad to scale it than then to scale with Google Ads, because Google Ads it will be more limit to the number of people that it's searching for your product, and the cost per lead and the cost per acquisition will be more volatile.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And also the thing is that Google is very, very expensive. Like as a platform, Meta is much more efficient, much more like cheaper. And of course, it's getting expensive still, but it is still cheaper than Google.
Yeah.
And the last thing that I want to mention, because I do think that Meta is the platform to actually scale fast. Like every other platform that we just mentioned, like it is a slow grind, a slow growth. Like Meta, if you do it the right way, you can scale super fast. Like and I have seen it from consumer apps, and also like because I'm managing also for consumer apps, and I have seen it for e-commerce basically. It's the same thing. Like you can scale e-commerce with organic social, but it's so hard and so slow. Like, but you are praying that one video is going to go viral to make you like 20K, and after that you just like wait for another video to go viral. While with ads, like when you see that the ROAS is scaling, you scale the ad, and if the ROAS doesn't drop, you just keep scaling the ad. And like there is a case where we actually scaled from 30K per month to 500K per month in 80 days. And this is something that because we do the setup of the ads, and then what we did is okay, the ROAS doesn't drop, let's double the budget, triple the budget every single day. Like it's that simple if you hit it, if you hit the right way. So those are my thoughts. So meta ads, and another point that I would like to point out, like, and I want to tell your thoughts around that, is that Meta is a platform that in the past it wasn't very good for B2B, but right now it is very good at targeting B2B. What do you think?
I think there is a huge of opportunity to target high ticket B2B with Meta Ads. I haven't been able to do it myself yet, but the people, my coaches and the people I'm learning from, uh, they are selling they are selling five figures through Meta Ads, and they are targeting very important persons through Meta Ads because at the end of the day they are using the platform, and so Meta Ads it's getting really really good. And the thing is that when you are targeting really high ticket, really B2B enterprises with Meta Ads, you want to get really good at the qualification process. and making it impossible for people that it's not a good fit to book a call with you, because every time that a person that is not qualified it's going through your funnel, this is going to actually hurt a lot on the long term. So when you are going B2B and high ticket with a SaaS or with any business through Meta Ads, you want to get really good with the qualification process so that you can send the right information back to Meta.
Totally agree. It's going to hurt your pixel when you do it this way. And
It scares a little bit because it's like a black box. You don't know how
yeah,
people it's getting. You know how Meta Ads it's getting you good clients, but it is. Sending the right information back to Meta when you are targeting very specific persons, it's essential.
yeah. And also, like, nobody knows how it all works. Like,
Yeah.
I manage Facebook ads, but I don't know how the algorithm works. Like, essentially, like, and it keeps changing. It keeps changing. So you don't know if what you're doing right now is going to work in the future. And that's what I'm experiencing as well with LLMs as well. Like, I use a prompt, it works very well. Like, they do an update, this prompt stops working. Like, I have to I have to figure it out again. So yeah, these are my thoughts. Okay, like, so what would you advise, like, so we can close, like, what you would advise, like, someone that they want to build a SaaS, like, what is the number one thing that they should focus on?
To summarize, in order to build a successful SaaS, you need to book clients, to book calls with people with persons that have the budget to actually buy your software, then to be able to convert these calls into clients, and actually to be able to scale your acquisition system. So the first thing is to build the persuasive message, test the persuasive message with the channel that fits your budget. The more uncertainty you are about your message, the lowest you need to, the risk should be the smallest as possible. And if you are more confident about your message and about your skills, you can risk a little bit more of budget. But basically, you should start with the budget that you would be comfortable using three months straight, depending. So whatever that is for you. That's the budget that you use to test your message. Also, your message needs to be tested like with different types of hooks, with different types of targeting different problems, targeting different dream outcomes, but always with the same main uh, value proposition. And once you have that, look for the you need to look for the channel that it's scalable, because content it's not predictable. LinkedIn, it's not scalable. Cold email, it's really hard game to scale. Meta ads for me, it's always the way to go on the long term. And finally, you don't need to worry. Like it's a numbers game. It's what you said. If the ROAS it's going good and your churn rate it's not terrible, it just keep scaling what is already working. Then you can start doing new creatives. You can get into user generated content, but always from the messages that has already worked. Um, that's that's the approach and the strategy I would use.
Yeah, that's super helpful and valuable, and really encouraging as well, because this was my my strategy, like,
It is.
meta
Yeah, yeah.
ads for the app. Now,
Yeah,
the
yours
last
for
thing.
for your specific case for sure it's the best.
Yeah. So just like, to close, do you have any markets or any ideas or any apps that you think it's a good case study for someone to copy? Like, I have two in mind, but like, I want to hear your thoughts. Like, if you have like an idea, like, or a niche or a market that it is basically untapped, that you can give basically some ideas.
I, I haven't really thought about it because I know what I want to build a SaaS about. I can tell you what's the idea for my own SaaS. It's to see what are the problems with my own business and then build a SaaS around that. That then I can sell to other software businesses because that's my own client. So I'm going to see inside my niche the what's the what's the problem that SaaS need to overcome in order to have a predictable sales system, and then I'm going to build a SaaS to make that process as instantly as possible. Like if you could push a button and have a whole marketing positioning and a whole outreach sequence or a whole method. So that would be my approach. So thinking about my own problems with my own business so that then I can build a SaaS around it. But I haven't really thought about what untapped niche and untapped opportunities outside. What could be what are your ideas?
Yeah, like my Untapped like niches and opportunities is like in the niche that I'm in right now. Like for example, if we see like the what tools they use, like what tools like Shopify owners they use to actually for the businesses, this is an Untapped market. Like for the Shopify stores, you can go and see like in the Shopify apps, like you can go and search Shopify apps. You're going to see so many apps like and like not even 1% of them they advertise on Meta. So if you just copy their idea, build a Shopify app, like so you can have also the distribution for the Shopify, but advertise it through Meta with really engaging content. See what we tracked, what um, like yeah, like we tracked like what is the other company like Marpipe, like it's another SaaS that they do really good ads. Go and see like what like the AI Hagen and the other AI generator ManyChat. They use a lot of really good content as well, like for their ads you'd see content, and there are so many like how it's called like I sorry, Hagen, like the competitor.
The compete Arcats.
What? Tell me again, sorry.
Arcats? Yeah. Man, honestly, like you couldn't have given better advice on that. Like I 100% agree. And WordPress as well. WordPress plugins are not being advertised on Meta. Their price tag has to be lower because the competitors are there and you can compare. But when you do Meta ads, no one it's comparing you that much. And taking a WordPress plugin that it's already working and taking it to Meta and increasing the prices and improving the message, that would be a really good idea.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Okay, that's great. Thank you very much for coming. Do you have any
Thank you.
final things that you want to mention?
Enjoy and keep experiment, keep testing, and life is more fun through curiosity.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Neil, very much for your time. It was an amazing conversation, and yeah, that's the board.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take care.